Well, I think we have everybody in the room now. I'd like to start by saying good morning and welcome to Lancaster University Ghana's Taster Tuesday series, where we hope to give you some insight into your future university and into the first year Foundation Pathway program. So my name is Chris Pilgrim. I'm the CEO of Transnational Academic Group Ghana, or TAG Ghana as we like to call ourselves. TAG partners with some of the top universities in the world to bring globally recognized higher education to your doorstep. In the UAE, we own and operate Curtin University Dubai. And here in Ghana, we deliver the degree programs of Lancaster University, right here in Accra, where I'm speaking to you from today. So Lancaster University is among the top universities in the UK. It consistently is ranked in the top 10 universities in the UK. It has been awarded International University of the Year. It ranks in the top 100 universities worldwide. And its business school is triple accredited, indeed quadruple accredited, placing it among the top 1% of business schools globally. Lancaster University Ghana is the only comprehensive UK university campus in Africa, providing you with local access to a UK degree. And we're doing this at a cost that is a fraction of what you would spend if you were to study in the UK. The degree that you will be awarded from Lancaster University is identical in every respect to the degrees that are awarded at the campus in the UK. We provide a full range of scholarships and bursaries, for which I would encourage all of you to speak with our admissions team after this session or at a time to your convenience. And for those of you who do not speak English as a first language, we would be pleased to have you join our English language preparation program as a prelude to joining our foundation year and then on to your degree studies. We take pride in our response to the coronavirus pandemic, which has been affecting all of us, no matter where we live. Throughout the pandemic, we have placed the safety and well-being of students, our staff, and our broader community as our first priority. At the onset of the pandemic, we successfully converted our curriculum for online delivery and assessment. And we are ready for the gradual reopening of universities, which at this time will likely involve a blended learning model, combining both our online and face-to-face teaching expertise. Our foundation program is designed to prepare the students for success in the LUG undergraduate program. The foundation program will expose you to discipline-specific knowledge in foundation mathematics, digital skills, business and accounting, legal perspectives, to name a few. But perhaps more importantly, it will prepare you to be a critical thinking, self-directed learner. And it will provide you with the problem-solving skills that will not only impact on your success as a student, indeed will impact on your success and effectiveness throughout your life. The project management module is a good example of the learning that you will undergo on these very important life skills. And with that, I have the great pleasure of turning it over now to Ms. Jewel, who is a lecturer on the foundation program, where she teaches project management and critical thinking. Jewel.
Hi. Hello, Chris, and hello, everyone. Good morning to you all. My name is Jewel, and I'm a lecturer here for project management with a foundation program. Yes, so most of you might be wondering why we bother with project management when it seems to be the prerequisite of engineers, event managers, and all that. Students here at foundation program are required to take a course, usually in their second term, in project management. Now, the truth of the matter is that all of us, regardless what our career paths are, engage in projects at one time or the other. And so project management skills are skills that are relevant to us or regardless what we decide to do. Now, I mentioned that we are all engaged in projects at one time or the other, and I'm sure some of you are incredulous and are wondering, what projects will I probably engage in? Well, a project is defined as any undertaking that has a desired outcome that is to be achieved within a given time frame with limited resources. And so any project has three key characteristics: a specific outcome, limited resources, and a specific time frame. And having said that, I believe we can all think of anything at all that fits into these three characteristics. And so a project could be anything, could be as complex as, putting up a building, or as simple as cooking a meal. Anything at all, from washing a car, working on an assignment, anything that you're required to do within a specific time frame with limited resources qualifies as a project. Now, if you'll be honest, you'll agree that not all your projects have been successful. Perhaps you were expecting 70 people at the party and only 20 showed up, or you ended up spending far more than you intended to spend on a project, or you organized food for the event and it arrived probably too late, or worse yet, the food that came was too salty, or did you organize a seminar and then the speaker failed to show up, or you were to submit an assignment and then you found yourself running out of time? Or were there so many disagreements around the project that at a point you just gave up on it? All these are indicators of a failed project. And if you'll be honest, we've all been victims of failed projects. And so this is why it is important that we study project management. The goal of this course is to equip you, all students, with skills, tools, and techniques that enhance the chances of having a successful project. And that is why, whether you decide to be a lawyer or a politician or a business person, project management training is a prerequisite for all. So what do we do? What do we do here at Lancaster University, Ghana? Well, what we do is this. We study the basic principles and theories of project management in the classroom, and then we put students into groups and give them the opportunity to identify a need in their community to which they come up with a solution. Resources are given to them. There's a certain allowance that each group is given, and they are required to, complete this project within a set time frame, usually between 5 to 6 weeks, and then with the resources that they have been given. And then at the end of the term, they provide a very comprehensive report of what their plans were, what they did, what their challenges were. And then to ice the cake, there's a competition. And in this competition, the best teams across classes are selected and allowed to compete for first, second, and third cash prizes. So it turns out to be a very interesting and an engaging experience for the students. So I'm going to show you pictures of sample projects that we have had so far, things that students, usually 17, 18, 19-year-olds have been able to do during their study of project management here at Lancaster. So last term, there was this group of students that felt that having a passive income is important for students so that they are not so much of a burden on their parents. And so they organized a skills workshop for students within the school's community. They had people come and teach photography, programming, makeup, artistry. So I think this is the previous slide is a picture of the photography and the programming session. And then they also taught makeup artistry. They felt that, ladies these days, makeup is expensive and all that. So they had people come, professionals come to teach students how to do this so that it provides a form of passive income for them. There were students who also went outside the school, went to a deprived community school and decided to help over there by more or less renovating the place. They fixed broken desks, painted the place, and then made a presentation of a computer and a projector to the school just to enhance the learning experience of those less fortunate. Still another group decided to go outside the Greater Accra region. They went to a village, a little village called Ponkrum, where they found this structure to be the classroom for pupils in the community school. And so these students decided to raise some funds and to supervise the construction of at least a classroom block for these children. And this is what they came up with at the end of the project. By the time students have gone through this course and have finished their projects and all, there are many things that they learn. Many things that they learn. For one, they gain for themselves practical real-world experience, because a lot of our education is criticized. Generally, the Ghanaian educational system is criticized as being, you know, very heavy on theory and with having very little practical experience. But this is not the case over here. Clearly, you can see that students have to go out there, apply what they are learning, learn how to actually deal with stakeholders, learn how to solve problems, learn how to come up with viable solutions to real-world problems. Yes. They also gain a lot of experience when it comes to conflict resolution, because they soon find out, even within their groups and then dealing with external stakeholders, that conflicts are inevitable. And so they, you know, learn, we teach them in class, and then they get to actually, you know, apply these things that they are learning in the real world to issues and conflicts that arise amongst themselves within the team, with other external stakeholders and the like. They also learn to work with others in that wise. Learn how to work with others. There are people who come in very shy, not willing to, you know, relate with people, loners, but they come and then they, you know, you can't work in a team and not deal with people. And so they learn to work with others who are different from them. They also learn responsibility and accountability. When they take it upon themselves that we are going to do this, they draw up plans, they have monies they have to account for, they have customers and stakeholders that they are responsible to. They learn how to actually be responsible, learn how to give accounts of whatever it is that they are tasked with. And then practical time management. I must mention that even though they have these projects, you know, to undertake that require them making trips outside campus and all that, they do not get any breaks from their regular schoolwork. So as much as they are working on their projects, they have assignments to do, they have essays to submit and all that, and they come face to face with the need to manage their time effectively. And so practical time management is a takeaway for them. And then of course, leadership, especially for those who serve in the capacities of project managers for their group. Communication is also another key thing. Communication within the team, with external stakeholders. They have to make presentations from time to time, giving us updates on the progress of their projects as it's ongoing. And that enhances their presentation skills, standing before us, speaking. During the finals too, they get to stand before an audience to more like, you know, argue for their project, why their project is the best project amongst a lot and all that. Also formal communication, writing formal letters and all becomes something they have to learn to do. And so these are some of the things to learn. And now to give us a practical experience, I have one of my students here. Her name is Daisy. And so Daisy, if you're ready, would like to hear what you have to say from your experience with project management.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Hi. My name is Daisy Messina. I'm still a foundation student, but I'm in the final semester and we did project management during our second semester. And I feel very honored to be here today to talk about, you know, my experience so far at Lancaster, being a foundation student, and also going through the project management module. So I came to Lancaster through my cousin in a way, because my cousin vouched to my father that Lancaster is the best place for me. It's the best place for me. And my dad was looking for a university that's close to my country, because I'm an international student. I'm from Sierra Leone. And I came to Ghana when I was 16 years old. So my father, as much as he wanted me to have an international degree. He wanted me to have the full university experience. He still wanted me to keep me a bit close to home. And so it's like Lancaster, Ghana was just the perfect place. I'll have a UK degree that is recognized everywhere, and I'll also be only like a 3 hours flight away from them. So it was the perfect place for me to be, because my cousin told me and told my dad about her experience. She's studying computer science, and next to the academic year, she'll move on to the final year. So she has been a while in the school, and she also went through the foundation program. So yeah, when she told me, I was sold, and I went online, I looked at reviews, we saw pictures. I was sold. So coming to Lancaster, I really didn't have any expectations per se, because it was my first time in uni, my first time being away from home. So to me, it was just like, whatever happens, happens. Whatever I see, I see. But during orientation, something that I really appreciated that they did happened. And they did this tour for international students, and they took us around. They took us around Accra, showed us different places, places you could go for food, places like hospitals. It's like they literally welcomed us, okay? Aside from the academics, they told us about academics and what we would gain. I mean, everyone, but we already knew that, because when looking for a good university, that's something you look for. But then I didn't expect them to be that welcoming, especially to us international students. So they really made us feel at home. So coming to project management, I absolutely love Miss Joel, and I feel like I'm not the only one who shared that sentiment. She's such an amazing teacher, and she's well suited for the course, because trust me, project management is very fun, but also very challenging. You get to work with people who you wouldn't necessarily call your friends. That's the thing. You don't choose your group members, because you're grouped randomly, and you have to work with those people. And I was the project manager for my team, and one of my problems I had that I feel that project management improved was like I control things too much. I would say I found it very hard to listen sometimes. But being a leader and obviously working with people who don't really know that that's how I am on a normal day, it challenged me to be better. It challenged me to be a better leader, to be a better friend, to be a better teammate. And you would enjoy it. Just like thinking of the things that we went through, I'm all smiles right now. But it was really tough at some point, because you might get into arguments, you might want to give up, you might feel like, oh, time is running out, you can't achieve it. But trust me, all the courses that are offered in the foundation program prepares you for your undergrad course. I'm here to study law, and critical thinking, project management, there's all the modules I've done so far have actually helped boost me more, that I feel like would help me when I'm actually going to start practicing law. So not to take too much of your time, I found something here that we wrote in class during Critical Thinking 1. And Ms. Jo also taught us this, because she taught us during first semester Critical Thinking 1. And she asked us to write a very short essay on why we think Lancaster University, Ghana is a great place to study. And I actually found this, and I decided that I should share it with you all. So this is what I wrote just 2 weeks in. Imagine, I hadn't even, by now, all the experiences I've had so far, I hadn't gotten them at that time. I was just 2 weeks in. And these were my feelings. This was what I saw and how I felt about the school. So I wrote, the University of Lancaster, Ghana is an amazing place to study. Studying at Lancaster gives you an all-round experience of being a university student with its standard educational system and curriculum, amazing staffs that every student can relate to, and a welcoming atmosphere to help ease you into a new environment. It is also a top-ranking college in the whole of Africa and has affiliation with Lancaster University, UK. It is the type of university that broadens your horizon academically, but also instills values, skills, and knowledge that will definitely come in handy in society. I personally love being at Lancaster University, Ghana, because I believe that all the things that I need to help me make a mark in my society at the end of my course is being provided here. These reasons, and way more now that I've gone through like 2 semesters there, is why I believe that Lancaster University, Ghana is a great place to study. So yeah, trust me, prospective students, Lancaster is the place for you, and you definitely enjoy all the modules they have to offer. But I personally had a great time studying project management. It was challenging, but I did gain some skills that will help me in the future. So I look forward to seeing all of you at Lancaster next academic year, and I'm happy to have you there sharing the Lancaster University Ghana experience with me. Thank you all, and good luck.
Thank you so much, Daisy. Thank you so much for that effervescent testimonial. All right, so COVID-19 and teaching. COVID-19 and teaching. So COVID has definitely transformed every facet of life as we knew it, and that includes the way lessons are delivered here at LUG. Now, in compliance with the President's directive, and also to safeguard the health of our staff and students, lessons are now being delivered in a fully interactive online format. We are taking advantage of technology like Microsoft Teams for video sessions with students. We are also using Zoom in certain, depending on which is more convenient to the students. Also Moodle. We use Moodle to upload lessons, audiocast lessons, as was the case before. And then students also get to submit the assignments there on Moodle. We also use WhatsApp, which almost every young person has now. Yes, so that students can access us whenever necessary. But you can rest assured that we will return to face-to-face on-campus teaching as soon as permitted by the government and as soon as it's safe for our students and staff. But in the meantime, we'll maintain our online delivery, yes, so long as the restrictions are in place. Yes, I'm now open to any questions that anybody might have, any questions, any clarification that you would like. The floor is now open. Okay. Any questions? Any questions on this course, on how we are delivering lessons now? Any questions at all that you have? The floor is open. Okay, so there's a question here from yes, somebody is asking, is project management compulsory for all foundation students? Yes, it's a core subject. It's a core subject and all students are required to take it. All students are required to take it. Another person is asking, what other modules are there in the foundation program? Yes, so there's a critical thinking module. There's the project management module, as you know. There's also digital information systems. And then when you get to your third term, you get to choose courses that are more aligned to your what you need to do at undergrad. So if you intend to do law, you do basics in law, basics in computing. If it's programming you want to do, yes.
Jewel, if it's helpful, I wouldn't mind reading off the questions for you, and then perhaps together we can answer some.
Sure.
So there's a question from Anush, who is in Pakistan, and thanks for joining us, Anush. He says that he's looking forward to studying computer science at Lancaster, Ghana, and he was concerned about the admissions criteria, and if his questions can be answered on that. So Anush, what I'd encourage you to do is reach out directly to our admission staff. You can email them or contact them via our website at any point in time. and they'll explain in detail what the admission requirements are. But what I do want to add is the foundation program is specifically designed for students to bring them to a level where they're going to be very successful in the undergraduate program. And so without understanding what your background is right now, I'm sure that a conversation with our admissions staff, you'll wind up with the confidence that you would have the background to be admitted into the campus. Okay.
Okay.
There was another question, and just to let it not go unanswered concerning the grades, and so I would answer the same to that question.
Yeah.
Let me just see what additional questions. One person is asking if project management is a compulsory module for the foundation students.
Yes, I answered that question. I said it's compulsory. It's a core program, and all students are required to take it, second term of foundation.
Okay, great. Another participant is asking how many students that there are in each class.
Yeah, so we have a maximum of 30 students per class in order to, facilitate teacher-student interaction. 30 students per class.
Thanks for that. And another is asking, is the project management module always group work, or is there some individual project work too?
Oh yes, there are definitely individual assessment components. The group work is only one assessment component. So there are a number of individual assignments you have to do.
Yeah, and then there's a final question here, and what it is if I pass the foundation program, am I guaranteed a place on Lancaster University degree program? And so I'd like to handle that if you don't mind, Jewel. The short answer is yes. If you successfully complete the foundation program, then you will be admitted onto the undergraduate program that you've identified early on. The entire intent, again, of the foundation program is to prepare you for undergraduate. And really, I think the way that you might want to view the foundation program is really the first year of a four-year program of study. And so absolutely, if you successfully complete the foundation program, then you will move on to the undergraduate program.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there was another question along the same line. And so I believe, unless there are further questions, and perhaps we can wait for just a minute or so.
Okay, sure.
Seconds. I believe that we've answered most. And what I would, again, encourage everyone to do, and I think by way of conclusion, because it looks like the questions have stopped coming in. So by way of conclusion, I would encourage each and every one of you to immediately contact our admissions team. There's no sense in waiting. This is a decision that I'm sure you've all been pondering for some time. You've been thinking it over, you've done your homework, you've researched all the universities, you have a good sense of what it is you want to do. And so there's no time like the present in respect of acting on this. There is a further question that came up, and it's really apropos of what I was just saying, and somebody is asking what the deadline is for applying. And so, look, the foundation program begins along with the undergraduate program in October. You should have all of your documents in and your application in with enough lead time to start then. So look, what I'm encouraging everyone to do is to get your documentation together right away, get your application filled out and sent in. And as you're engaging with the various admission staff, they'll let you know what else they need and what the deadlines are. Okay, so there's lots of time, but do not wait, do not delay it. We have a further question. Is Lancaster starting the session in October 2020, or are there any other changes to the dates? And I think this is a very good question. I thank you for that again, Anush, our friend from Pakistan. Yes, we are starting on the normal date. And I think your question is really in respect to the coronavirus. We are fully prepared for any situation. As I said in my introduction, we do anticipate that in the autumn that we will be delivering on a blended mode, which really means some of the modules will be delivered online, and some portions of the modules, I should say, will be online, while other portions would be face-to-face. The idea is to continue to look after the well-being and safety of our staff, our students, and the broader community. And we believe that a blended model will be the best way to achieve both those safety dimensions and good quality higher education that is our standard. And so there's no change on the dates whatsoever. As we get closer to October and we know more about the current situation in respect to coronavirus, we will update students further on the exact nature of the mode of delivery, but no change to the start dates. And again, Anush, I'll answer this next question as well, because it is apropos of what we're talking about, and then I would encourage you to contact our admissions staff or even me directly. So as an international student, he's saying he won't be able to come to Ghana until the airport's open, which is of course a very real practicality. And we'll keep you abreast of that as well as we move forward. But do understand that there's if the airspace isn't open by then, and none of us can say for sure, but there is a gradual opening, and you should understand that. Then there's a likelihood as well that classes will be delivered online until things do fully open. So yes, you would be able to join if we're fully online, and then join us at a time when the airspace does open, or hopefully you'll be able to join us, face to face in October. So listen, I thank everyone once again for joining the session this morning. I do hope that you found it useful and informative. And I do want to say a special merci beaucoup, and thank you very much to Daisy. I think she was very enthusiastic. She was very sincere and genuine. And I think in listening to her, you can all understand the enthusiasm of our students and the impact that not only this module, but the program has on our students' lives. And so with that, I thank you very much for joining us. You'll see on the screen right now all of the contact information for Lancaster University, Ghana. And I'm personally looking forward to seeing each and every one of you in October. Very best, and bye for now.
Bye, thank you.